Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Kimbo here, and it's time for an epic Bakugan Legends episode review. So, we got episode number 8 up in here. Yeah, you already know. Courtesy 5 seconds. So, to avoid anybody who doesn't want to be spoiled. Well, anybody who doesn't want to be spoiled, to avoid them. But yeah, so, you've been warned. But yeah, so anyways, getting into this episode, it starts off with the Awesome Brothers singing by the amphitheater, which had, and his rocker group kind of, I guess, came back together. They're all sitting there thinking of strategy, so they're trying to find a way to get on Vestroya. And in order to do so, like they need like a gate or a maze or something, but they have no way of getting there. But they were gonna try to depend on Buzzy, the name of the member of the swarm that they caught. He's actually a good member of the swarm. He's kind of helping them out. Yeah, but uh, yeah, so they're talking about that, and they just want to make sure it doesn't happen like it happened last time. Because the last time when Buzzy was teleporting, he landed right in Hanoj's lair, and then they got stomped out basically and escaped. Like power wise, they couldn't get by Hanoj, but yeah. Anyways, in the middle of them talking of strategy and figuring out how they're gonna get back to Vestroya, Dan's chasing around Buzzy trying to just get him, and then Shun's like, "I've got an idea." So he basically takes a Tumpy, keychain and everything, and holds her in front of Buzzy, and then that's how Buzzy listens. He likes shiny stuff, so basically with that, they're like, "Oh, he managed to get him to listen," So Shun, being the hero in this case, but yeah. So with that, then we had an interruption by the swarm. They have come to Los Volmos. The Awesome Brothers stomping grounds, their hometown, everything, the whole city, and they started draining the power. Sure enough, they weren't having any of that. You see people like running in chaos and everything. But yeah, like Hanoj actually showed up on like the hologram in the middle of town, and everybody's like, "What the? Who is that? What is that? Ah, freak out, rabble, rabble, rabble." But then everybody starts going into a panic because the swarm's going around. They're starting to drain the power and everything of the city, and yeah, causing a bunch of chaos. And in the middle of it, they're like, "We have to figure out a way to get to Vestroya." But then they're also like, "Well, we have to figure out what's going on here too." So Dan decided, he just says, "Let's split into two groups." I almost held up 3 fingers, but yeah, let's split into two groups. So it's basically, I think Ajit, Winton, and Athena that went with Buzzy to Vestroya because Buzzy teleported them. The member of the swarm, Buzzy. So when I say Buzzy, that's what I mean. But yeah, Buzzy teleported them, and then that leaves like Dan, Leah, and Shun, and Lightning on Earth. So we get a battle for the battle judgment here. The story. They win, they get the energy back. They lose, it's gone. But with this, if I can words, Hanoj has 2 members show up, and they're new members with this because at this point they still have like 5 people, I believe, that they have to beat. Yeah, it's like 5, and they were down to literally, 4 at this point. It was like 5-4 or something like this. They were a little bit ahead, I believe, at this stage. So it's like Lightning, I think Lightning, Shun, Dan, Athena. Yeah, and then on the other side, whoever Hanoj has. But anyways, man, getting into this, getting into this right here. The battle is Lightning and Shun, but who he has show up? Hanoj has, he has Colonel Armstrong Trip show up, and this man has Tico. What the hell? He is Tico, man. And then the return of a character have you seen before? Gregorius Reed. We have the evils of seasons 1 and 3 stepping up in a tag battle with this man. This is end game feels for sure, and it shows how strong all the brawlers have gotten because like all these evils, it took damn soul power and the power of the earth in order to stop them the first time. So yeah, bringing them back with this. But it's Tico and Villock facing off against Hydrus and Howlcore. It's an intense battle, overall power wise. Honestly, Tico and Villock had the advantage. You already know they're the evils for each respective season. So even as strong as the Awesome Brawlers are, they had the advantage power wise and everything. So it's a big time back and forth battle. And during that, Dan and Leah went around and basically rescued people in town. You know, they basically like took them out of the city and made sure everybody was safe and evacuated from the city, you know, by sunset. So they're going around doing that. Dan found a guy that was flipped over in a car. Leah saw a bunch of people that were surrounded by the swarm. Yeah. So while they're doing that and playing like rescue, um, you know, Lightning and Shun are battling and such. And it's a, like I said, a back and forth battle, but they're honestly getting overpowered. The tide turns when they get their Baku, like their Nova cores, you know. And Shun in the middle of it, he's like, I can't afford to lose this. If we lose everything here in Los Vomos. Like, I won't go down. He put a lot of pressure on his own shoulders. Like, Shun really wanted this win. And they got close. Like, Lightning and Shun were getting big time hits in. But then this man, Gregorius Reed, really came in and said, you know, I always research my opponents. Whatever this new power is, it's phenomenal. Because he's from season 3. He doesn't know about, like, the power of the Nova gear. Like, none of them do know about the power of the Nova cores or anything, you know. And don't know everything fully with them. That's the thing. Like, you know, these older Bakugan and stuff, they don't know, like, what this is. Like, in general, nobody knows about it because it's only, like, really awesome brawlers and Magnus and, you know, everybody who researches, like, the Nova phenomenon. You already know. But, yeah, man. So, anyways, with this, basically, like, reverse Uno card, he gets one of the cores and uses it and gets a big time attack in, and then Tico goes in for a major attack. Both Hydrus and Howl Core fall. So they both do go down with this, and it's kind of confirmed when you go down, if you lose, even if like one brawler wins or is the last one standing, whoever loses, when you lose, you're done in general. So with this, Lightning and Shun have been eliminated, man. So now is the point where it gets crucial. Hanoj has a big time advantage, so everybody got evacuated, but at the same time, they see the city still crumble. And they're like, what? No, they're like, no way. We actually lost. They lost Los Vomos. They lost their hometown, their home city, their stomping grounds and everything. All the energy, everything, gone. You talk about a tragic end for the episode, man. That's it right there. And you know Shun and Lightning were beating the hell out of each other, especially Shun, man. Shun wanted that win so bad, and he was heartbroken when he lost that. He knew how important it was and everything. And it's that point that really tugs at the heartstrings and everything, you know. But yeah. So that's basically how it ends for this one. At least as part of the episode. And it ends with Dan just saying, Winton, all of you, I hope you find what you need. Basically, like, we need it. And then the second part of the episode, we get to see what's happening on Vestroia. So they get transported to Vestroia. Buzzy's running around. They're in Auropolis, and they see how ruined it is in Auropolis. Yeah, Buzzy's running around. Well, no, they're not right in Auropolis. But they went to Vestroia, and then, like, Buzzy's running around, but then he actually runs into Apollyon. I think they're still in Auropolis, like just an outside part of it or something. And then Buzzy starts running around. Apollyon sees him, like Arliss Apollyon sees him, and he's like, I'm gonna stomp you out. You came here and did all this. And then, you know, Winton's like, hang on, that's not the case. Like, this is a good swarm. He's with us. And, you know, Pyravian showed up and was like, okay, like, we understand, like, we've just been on high alert, of course, because everything going on and such. Like, Hanoj came and effed up everything, man, everything. So they came back to try and research the Nova reflector, but they weren't able to do that because the whole damn thing is destroyed. And that's what they told Pyravian. Pyravian basically said, yes, I see where you're coming from. But also, if you look down there, as they flew around, if you look down there, you could see a piece that helped, you know, basically power the Nova reflector. And they went and took that piece. They managed to get it. So on that front, they managed to get what they needed to find. So, you know, at least there's that. But then back on Earth, you got Dan and Leah sitting with Lightning and Shun. And, you know, Shun's feeling way down. He's like, I'm so sorry, everyone. Like, I failed. And Dan's like, we're not out of this yet. You know, we still got our battles to do and everything. So, while he's sitting there saying that, Dan gets a call, basically on his phone. It is from none other than Crazy Bat lady herself, returning Sophie. See Sophie return with this, man. Miss, I love Bakugan. I care about Bakugan so much. Even though my ideals and methods are twisted as hell and weird. But yeah, I love Bakugan. But basically, she calls Dan, and she's standing. She causes a whole entire blockade in like the shipping canal, like the shipment yard and everything going into the city. She blocks it with a big tanker, well, a big ship, and it's all over the news and everything. So obviously they have to go there, jump right into action. Dan goes there to battle her because she wants to battle him. But when they look closely, when Drago's about to attack, they're like, "Wait, hang on, you can't attack it. She was on like an oil ship." So in other words, if he were to attack straight on and miss, and then it goes in there, kablamo! Big bad, horrible situation. You know. So with that, basically Sophie's getting some big time hits in, like Centipods are getting hits in on Drago, and they're trying to figure out just what the hell they could do to win this. So, with this, at first when I watched this, I'm like, okay, is she the next one for the battle judgment? Are they really having Sophie come in and be one of the ones after like seeing freaking Villock and Tico? Like what? That's where I was confused, but no. She was basically just sitting there trying to play a whole attention thing, trying to get the attention of Hinoj to go into the battle judgment. Because she loves Bakugan so much, even though she doesn't care about destroying Earth, and you care about Bakugan so much, your methods are twisted, lady. You're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, damn it. Like, what even? But yeah, and that's a B. Well, it's up there by the fly strip. I just hope I don't get stung, damn it. That would suck. If it happens, hopefully it happens on video. So at least there's that. But, anyways, yeah. So, in the middle of the battle, like Dan gets the edge. He uses one of the cores, and basically they summon. I forgot what they summoned with this one. I think it was Archelion. But yeah, or the Nanogun, one of the two. That's a big B. Well, he ain't moving right now, so it's all good. But anyways, yeah. So, after he uses the core, gets a big time hit in, it manages to knock out Centipod without hitting the actual ship, and then it takes out Sophie, And then with that, they're like, all right, that's it. But then the swarm starts to show up, and they start taking the energy from the tanker. At first, I'm like, there's oil in there. It's going to cause a big time thing. Like, it's going to leak out and get everywhere, but I guess they absorb the oil with the energy and everything. So it's like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense in that context. But Sophie literally jumps off the ship. Well, she tries to get the attention of the swarm and be like, I demand you take me to Hinoj. Yeah, like, that's gonna work. Okay, whatever. It's not gonna work. But anyway, she jumps off the ship with her, I guess, like, friends, whatever, loyalists, whatever you want to call them, even if they are even friends or whatever, basically her lackeys. But they all literally jump off the ship and say like, "Oh, this isn't the end." And then it ends with that, and then they're flying back. Like Dan and Lee are flying back, and they're basically just like, "I don't understand, Sophie." So they're all flying back, but then they see Leah, Winton, and Ajit all on the beach. So then they all meet up and everything. They regroup, and they say, "Did you find what you're looking for?" We sure did, and he's holding up the piece from the reflector. So, yeah, man. But that is basically everything for this episode. Episode number 8, man. Overall, really solid episode. Seeing Tico and Villock return with this, it's endgame feels for sure. And just Hinoj has the power to manipulate time. It should be impossible for Tico or, or Villock to be in these battles and such, but literally he manipulated time and made it where they came back to this point now. So it's the past version, basically take it as a context of the past versions of them, but just in present time, being with these battles, kind of that type of thing. So we've got some time manipulation a little bit with this, man. Oh shoot! I mean, we saw time manipulation a bit with Mectanium Surge with the first era, like the second half of season 4. With the whole Wise Man Gorgon, knowing that situation and everything, and then how it ended and everything. I won't do any spoilers with it, but if you know the story, you know the story with the time travel and everything with it. But yeah, the kind of like just the implementing time travel, different occasion and situation with it, but you know what I mean. But yeah, man, overall, really, really solid episode, and yeah, wanted to build the plot and have like Sophie come back in as much as like she's a pain. It was nice seeing Sophie, like seeing an older character from a previous season. So at least there was that, you know. And also just freaking Villock and Tico, and I swear Spin Master trying to get under my skin and make me mad because there's no Tico figure and I want one. Now was the perfect time for them to make one, dude. For real. If they're focusing on Legend stuff throughout the whole year, at least until like maybe the fall, you know, because I know obviously like some stuff with Gen 3, which I got to still make a video on that, you know. I just want to get through the stuff with this season and stuff before jumping into that, you know. But yeah, like why can't you make a Tico figure? Make figures for these Bakugan you're showing in the show. Like props because you understand why they're making the fusions and why it's a whole melting pot and everything with this. But you can't have Tico show back up and not freaking give him a ball form, man. Come on, y'all killing me with that. I want to see a Tico really bad. Odds are it's not gonna happen, but if it does, I will eat my hat. But yeah, anyways, man, that's basically it for this episode. It was a solid episode for sure. Getting that big build up and everything. Um, yeah, the Awesome Brawlers are struggling now. They got to fight back in a major way. But let me know your thoughts on this episode down in the comments. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. So yeah, guys, till next time, it's your boy Kimbo signing off. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Till then, stay awesome and Bakugan Brawl. I'm up out of here.